Welcome to the third episode of the Ink Spill podcast. I'm your host, Prototype Quill, and today I wanted to talk about the image you have of yourself, or more so, the image I have of myself. And the reason I want to do this is because I feel like it's very easy to know how you should behave, and it's very easy to, well, maybe not know how you should behave, but it's very easy for you to understand yourself. But for me anyway, it's quite hard for me to actually believe that that's real without someone else validating that first. So I could tell myself I'm awesome. I could tell myself, I am the bee's knees. But if nobody actually tells me that actually, yeah, you're actually a pretty good guy. You're actually a pretty capable guy. You help a lot of people out, and you do good for the world. I can tell myself that, but I won't believe it until someone else says it, and that's a problem. And what got me thinking about this was I was recently revisiting Dr. Gabor Mate's work, and specifically his interview with Tim Ferriss, who wrote 4 Hour Work Week. And basically, he asked him to give an example of kind of when he felt hurt, when he felt wronged. And then Tim basically mentioned about him having, he was away for a while and he had hired somebody to fix a bunch of, you know, physical appliances and whatnot in the house because, things were a mess. And he came back after, however long he was gone for, and nothing was done. And he understandably was quite angry and quite, distraught at that. And Dr. Mate kind of was like, okay, well, let's unpack that. And he asked him, how he was feeling, and he was like, well, I was feeling upset, sad, distraught, and things like that. And the reason was, and he said, oh, I felt disrespected and things like that. I felt like I wasn't being taken seriously. And Dr. Mate was like, okay, so what you're feeling right now, it goes back to something that happened in your childhood. Every sort of negative reaction happens because of, a deep set belief. And it's you unconsciously scan what's happening to you. You scan it and you sort of like put it against that belief. So that's the filter you're looking through. And so yeah, and then at the end of it, Dr. Mate was like, okay, so where are those beliefs coming from? And then Tim was like, well, they're coming from me. Like, I believe those things about myself. And Dr. Mate was like, well, there you go. You just have to sort of realize that that's not you. You're not incapable. You're not, um, you know, worthy of disrespect. You're not, you are somebody who can be taken seriously, and who has a right to be taken seriously. So, you just kind of need to not convince yourself, but more understand and believe yourself that, you are good enough, basically. And, that's just something that really hit home for me because, like, yeah, like I said, I just tend to ask others, like, is it true? Is what I think about myself true? And I just kind of, I'm at the mercy of their response, when really I don't need to be. I don't have to be. I can really understand for myself that that I am good enough, that I am capable, that I'm a decent guy, and all of that. So yeah, I know this episode's a bit shorter, but I think I'm gonna leave it there. Because yeah, I've said what I needed to say. Basically, it's just a case of you know realizing that you are good enough and that you don't need anybody else's opinion to tell you that you're good enough. And all of those unconscious beliefs that you have about yourself, you just kind of have to dive in and see them, and like analyze them and really unpack them, and yeah, um resolve them. Because otherwise you're just gonna find yourself patching up, throughout the rest of your life. You're just gonna be slapping bandages on, expecting that to solve the problem, when really all that does is mask it. And you find yourself, um in addiction problems. You find yourself being very needy and all of that. So yeah, um believe in yourself, trust yourself, and yeah, that's advice to myself first, before any of you. So yeah, man, thanks a lot, and see ya. Bye.